Okay, everyone, and welcome to another Thursday night classic movie reviews. Tonight, I'll be reviewing the second Dracula movie in a Hammer movies, which is The Bride of Dracula. Once again, Dan Fisher is director, and writers Jimmy Sangster, Peter Bowen, Edward Percy. And of course, returning once again as Dr. Van Helsing is Peter Cushing. And got Marita Hunt as the Baroness Minister. Geez. Everyone Monroe as Marion Daniel, Fred Jackson Greta, David Pill as Baron Minister, Miles Molson as Dr. Tolber, Henry Oscar as He Lang, Mona Washburn as Fur Lang, Audrey Mel as Gina, Victor Brooks as Hans, Fred Johnson as Cure, Michael River as Coachman, Normal Price Landlord, Phil Cook and Landlord's Wife, Maria Deverix as Village Girl. The plot of The Bride of Frankenstein is a young teacher on her way to a position in Transylvania help a young man escape the shackles his mother put on him. In so doing, she initially unleashed the horrors of the undead, once again on the populace, including those at her school of ladies. Lucky for Dr. Van Helsing. Dr. Van Helsing is already on his way. Okay, what can I say about this film? Nights is mainly the I will be talking about. Okay, actually really enjoyed this film, and I'm going to thank Terence Fisher. Done again a really good job in directing another Dracula movie, like he did before with Horror Dracula and The Curse of Frankenstein and The Mummy. All brilliant directing by him. And this one is probably one of his best so far. The movie is so well paced and editing. There's nothing wrong I can see in this film. There's no moment of boredom. It's just very well written as well. I mean, Jimmy Sangster, Peter Bowen and Edward Percy all did a good job in writing the story. The script is solid by everyone, and everyone in the film I found actually did a very good job in their roles. I mean, particularly Peter Cushing, returning to Dr. Van Helsing, as always, he's so good in his roles, you know. He was so good as Frankenstein and so far as Dr. Helsing, and also that as that archaeologist guy in the Mummy movie. He's so good in his roles, and particularly in this. You know, I love how he just shows up in the nick of time to help Marianne. She could found unconscious, in the woods, and you take her back to the inn, where she was the night before, and the landlord, recognized her and asked her how she was and stuff. If of course the night before, she was, in the hospitality of the Baroness Monster, and she came across a young man who's been chained up by Baroness monster, and also being looked after by Greta. You know, when the Baron monster got unshackled, all the horror started again. Victims kept pouring up. Village girl, she was the first. And that night when she's in her sack in the ground or buried, Greta is there, basically there to more or less summon her from the dead. Doing something to the certain words. Yeah, I was trying to figure out who the woman was. They were along with Greta. She was helping these vampires for the film. Quite interesting. Of course, the mother of Baroness, she her son kills her. After an argument or whatever, he kills him, and of course, Don Van Helsing, the post arrest by independent the right thing to do. And the last victim who died was, Baron Munster himself. I liked how they did it. He got Hollywood thrown in his face. And this was, I reckon, were very good special effects or very good makeup effects at the time. How he all scarred and, had chunks missing from his face, or like it was all burnt from the holy water. And in a very creative way how, Dr. Van Helsing killed him. He was on top of the windmill and it turned around to make a form of a cross. And of course he thought it was, or burnt himself by the holy water in pain and stuff. The cross killed him. Movie ends. So, I like, how the Baron Monster, was so much like Dracula. I mean, it's basically, the Dracula of this film. He did a real good job in this film. Creepy, where he stays, how he gets his victims, how he got, the next victim, Gina, how he, he came in form of a bat through the window and just like he just disappeared and all of a sudden reappeared behind her and he put her into the trance like the normal vampires do and bites her in the neck and she comes in the next vampire. So we got, the village girl and Gina as the two brides of Dracula. Because the movie ends, with the Baron dying. What happened to him? Does he seem like they just did they live? Are they going to shove in the next movie maybe? With Greta, because we don't know what happened to him. Did they died? Did they just disappear or what? Because that windmill just all burn up. One thing I liked about the film, how the windmill look. It reminded me of that windmill from the movie, Bugger, what's your tongue? Sleepy Hollow, that windmill from Sleepy Hollow. How everything just look all dark and gothic and how one of these type of movies should be. We had a real nice gothic look to this film. How everything all, most of the majority of the last act was just all in darkness and very creepy. I'm surprised how even, Van Helsing even got, bitten by the Baron. That's something I don't understand. I liked how he managed to turn, get rid of the bite mark and make himself go back to his normal self. He put his piece of metal into his hot coal and he's like, he put that hot iron in his neck and he put out holy water and it just disappeared. Very cool way. One thing, one dislike about this film, I know it's 1916, it's the bat. My God, it's so fake. I've never seen anything. It's nearly laughable. I was nearly laughing my ass off looking at that bat. I know 1960, it's just like you all got a bat on strings. You can never see the strings. Couldn't even make it look even better. I know they probably didn't have a high budget to do the bat properly. And keep the budget to probably, location and actors and special effects and stuff they use. Apart from that, I really enjoy this film. It's so different, not having Dracula in this. And we got the Baron, who is a very similar character. Like his, how he walks. And this movie is very well written and good cast, and acting is just as good as the previous films. Terence Fisher, back then, he really knew what he was doing. And the biggest doubt, like always, is Peter Cushing. He's so good in his role. It seemed like he really enjoyed playing that character. Why can't movies like today be like this? We don't need blood and gore. We don't, these movies doesn't have swearing. Well, 1960. No nudity or sex. It proves you can do a movie which is creepy. There is some blood when you put the Baroness to rest, a little bit of blood there and some blood, bites on the necks and stuff. I believe this movie was only like, in America, unrated or United States approved, Australia PG, and United Kingdom originated probably X, and now United Kingdom, it was 12, with the DVD rating. In other countries around 12 or 15. It shows, you don't have to make a quality movie like this in R rating. This is quality. This is brilliant filmmaking. This is so well directed. The acting is really good. Going on the best stories, and the dialogue is really good. The effects for the time might be a little bit low, but what you expect? That's probably all they had back then. And then one thing that's really thought they were, that I really dislike was the look of the bat. But apart from all that, this is a solid film, and once again, this is a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. That's it for another First Night Classic movie review. I'll return next week with another one. So, until then, I'll catch you all later. And I'll have another horror movie review for you. I hope I find a really gory one for you to review. Alright, bye for now.